Quick look at Bama. I'm going to give it a rundown unless you guys got any quick initial thoughts.
I got some bare numbers.
You got bare numbers?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give you offensive defense. I've been telling you all year, I think this defense is really, really good. I think they're as good as any Alabama defense that I've studied in years past. I'm going to rattle off some names, and you Georgia fans listening, these should sound really, really familiar. Tim Keenan, Jahad Campbell, Caleb Downs, Terrion Arnold. All 5 of those football players were 4 football players. All 4 of those were football players that Georgia was heavily, heavily invested in trying to land. And all 4 of those football players have turned into extremely good football players for Alabama. They are perhaps some of their better football players on this football team right now. Caleb Downs is growing into what we thought he was ultimately going to be. The reason I think C.J. Allen, and I tweeted about C.J. Allen putting it on tape better than any other freshman, is because Caleb has had some physical, shortcomings in this first season, as most freshmen do. C.J. Allen didn't have any of those. That's why we made the opinion that we made the other day on social media. That being said, Caleb Downs is playing exceptionally well. This Jahad Campbell kid, I don't know who he reminds me of, but good God, is he big, long, fast, and athletic, and he's just a redshirt freshman. And again, that was a guy at IMG Academy that Georgia wanted really, really badly, that I believe committed to Clemson and then flipped to Alabama just before the end of National Signing Day. Terrion Arnold, a lot of people in the Georgia space remember him, the corner out of Florida that Georgia was heavily involved with, all the way down to basically his commitment announcement. He ultimately chose Alabama, just like Kool-Aid McKinstry, because he was essentially promised he was allowed to play basketball. Don't think that some bitch has dribbled a basketball in 3 years. So that's always good. Kids, if they promise you you're going to be able to play, they're lying to you. You should probably know that. You're not allowed to play 2 sports in college in the SEC. If you are, then you're probably not an elite athlete at either position, okay? You're probably just serviceable at both. But if you're great at something, they ain't letting you do 2 things. They're going to make you do the thing you're great at. And Terrion Arnold is damn good at covering wide receivers. And they are balling. They're absolutely balling out on the defensive side of the football and playing really, really fast and physical. And I believe, personally, and I don't know, this might be universal. Do you believe Alabama's got the best corner duo in the sport?
Yes.
Kool-Aid McKinstry and Terrion Arnold?
Duo, yeah.
I see you thinking.
I'm thinking either Clemson or –
I was thinking Clemson's a good option, but the other starter I think is hurt.
Yeah.
Nate Wiggins is hurt as well. So Clemson's kind of taking a hit on this, but they did have 2 NFL guys. I don't think they had 2 first-rounders.
No,
which is what this is.
The more I think about it, it's Bama.
Yeah, I think it's Bama as well. I think they have the best corner duo in the country, and I think their linebackers play really well, and they've always got great defensive linemen. And I didn't even talk about Dallas Turner, who is always, playing jack and playing defensive end for Alabama and doing it well. They always have one of those guys that you got to worry about. And he plays physical. As you guys know, he almost broke someone's face a couple weeks ago against LSU. Offensively, I think J.C. Latham's a dude. Their right tackle, he be killing folks, like straight up killing folks. He is trying to take your life and your soul and then say something about your mama while you're on the ground. I do, however, see Jalen Walker running circles around Caden Proctor. Their left tackle, he is a true freshman. He was my number 1 tackle in the country coming out last year out of Iowa. Shouts out to the Hawkeye State. Couldn't keep this guy in state, though. You almost had him. He committed to Iowa and then flipped to Alabama. I would imagine large and due to the fact that he had a path to playing time at the University of Alabama as a true freshman, though I don't necessarily know if he loves what's going on right now because, again, he's getting spun like a top over there at left tackle. I see Jalen Walker, Damon Wilson, all the guys getting around him pretty quickly in a speed rush. I can already see it right now. They are big, all right, as an offensive line, and they want to be physical. There's a difference between being big and physical and being big and wanting to be physical. 65 is physical. He is always physical. The other 4 guys, touch and go. All right, very, very much so touch and go. The quarterback has been the biggest change on this offense, though, and you guys have known this, and you've watched this over the last couple of weeks. And I think the key to the fact that he is peaking is because he's being really, really decisive. As soon as he sees something, he does not second guess it. He just goes. And when you're the best athlete on the field in open space, which I believe he is, that's an extremely dangerous thing to have happen to you at the quarterback position when that guy's being that decisive. I do think, however, that when he goes to scramble, guys, he's running. Now, if you see him running laterally, you need to keep covering. All right, if he's extending plays, He's trying to throw the ball down the field. If he's going north to south, hit him now. Hit him right now. Pursue him right now. He's not going to throw the football. Haven't seen him step up into a pocket and rip a football. It's been a lot of, hey, we avoided, we got outside the pocket, and now it's troublesome. If they must rush this guy pretty well, I think they should have some success.
So I've got a question then.
Yeah.
The consensus was that C.J. Allen starting provides an advantage against a guy like Jalen Milroe because C.J. Allen's a more horizontal player
Top end speed
than Pop. Yeah. Do you think, had Pop not even been injured, that he would have started in this game regardless?
That's a tough ask. I mean, that's a really, really tough ask because we've seen it for years and years and years. Kirby will always trust the old head. And so, but here's the thing. He was always playing. I mean, he was getting reps. I would say like 40% of the reps anyways. Yeah. So that just kind of tells you they were going to play him anyways. Now, has that rep share drastically increased now? Yeah, but I from what I heard from Holly Rowe, going back and listening to the broadcast the other day, they must have given her some type of tidbit because she said he's not going to be back until playoff time. So there's that. Now, we haven't heard that. All we got told, and by the way, I've been covering Georgia for 4 years. I said I've been an insider for the last 3, would you say? I've actually been able to, like, tell you what's going to happen for the last 3 years. This is as tight as that building's ever been with regards to injuries. I mean, so much so that Marvin Jones went 2 weeks with an ankle injury and nobody reported it. Yep. Nobody knew. Like, that's absurd. And with this example right here, I just don't know where he's at in terms of health. But anyways, hey, we got a whole nother hour on NBR. You got anything else?
I'm chilling.
Just got the numbers. That's it.
Huh?
I can read the numbers real quick if you want me to.
Save them. We got a whole lot of Alabama preview, and we got a whole nother hour coming up on NBR.
Save that rat poison for later.
Yeah, save that rat poison. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button on your way out.